What people like most about my videos?
Okay.
The dog.
Yeah, I figured.
Welcome back to Drola's Garage. Today I'm going to do a video on buffing the 996. Stay tuned. So it feels like I haven't made a video in a while. It hasn't really been that long, maybe a week, maybe less. But the last video I did was of the 964 getting it all buffed out because I had an event to go to. This weekend coming up is Amelia Island, the Works reunion. And I am taking the 996 because the 996 is the featured generation of Porsche for this event. So they have a special corral parking for 996s. So I'm going to take the 996 GT3 up to Amelia Island and park it in the corral field. So it has to look good, you know what I mean? The paint isn't horrible, but I think it could probably improve. There's some scratches. There's still a bunch of tire and rubber marks from the track, which I've never really cleaned off. Last time I had this car at Homestead, you know, coming around turn 12, I kind of kicked the back end around just for fun, and I hit the cone. So with the back end of the car, so I have to buff that out. I think I may also have hit it with the front too, but yeah, a little bit. So I need to buff that stuff out. No big deal. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to put a piece of tape down the middle, and I'm going to start with one side and then go to the other, and that way we have a comparison. As always, I have my little helper here. Not quite sure what her task is going to be for the day, but she'll be here to give me moral support. So that's what I got going on today. I'm going to go get all my stuff, my buffer and the pads and all that stuff, and get started working on the 996. I'll start with the tape. I should probably be using green tape, but that's what I have, so blue tape it is. One day soon, I will unveil what's in this big box you guys keep seeing here. It's going to be cool. It's got nothing to do with Porsches, but it does have something to do with that little guy right there. So that'll be another video. Stay tuned for that. I'm kind of tired of this box always being in the way anyway, so it's time to move it along. Here's the little piggy hard at work. How big? One thing I want to do is, I don't know if you can see, but right there, let's see, can you see it there? Right there, there is a dent, like a very small, I don't know, it's even hard to show, but it's there right here. So I'm gonna try to get one of those little hot glue thingamajigs and pop, and see if I can pop it out. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen this little contraption here. I think this was like one of those Instagram impulse buys or something. So you get your hot glue, you put it on the dent, you glue one of these little guys onto the dent, and then you slide it in here like that, and then it pops the dent out. Let's give it a shot. I used it once, and I tried to use it on my 964, but I don't think it helped very much. But this dent that I got going on over here should be pretty easy. So let's give it a shot. First thing I need to do is plug in the glue gun. That has to be hot, first and foremost. For no particular reason, or maybe one reason, I guess given the size of the dent, if I could find it here, right here. Okay. I'm gonna take this little guy here. I'm gonna put the hot glue on it, and I'm gonna stick it here, and let's see if it works. Let's see if it comes out. But yeah, the dent, it really is hard to see. But for some reason, when I'm not looking for it, I always find it. I always see it, you know? And it bugs me. Right here. Plook, right there. I just did a little oops. I forgot to film this. But anyway, the short of it is I took one of these guys, I put some glue on it, and then I pressed it onto here. So it's pretty firm on there already. I can kind of tug on it a little bit. So I'm gonna get the little tool and see if I can pop that guy out. I am a bit surprised that this tool does not come with some sort of pad on these guys here. Because these rest against the car, and that's just metal on paint, and that can't be good. So I'm gonna use a couple of microfiber towels here and put them, you know, underneath, and hopefully avoid putting any additional scratches, as if the car doesn't already have enough. I mean, it's not bad, but it does have some scratches. So anyway, that should be nice and dry. Once it cools off, it dries up and gets hard, so I'm gonna pop it out. So to give you guys a close-up, the way this works is it pulls up like that. But since it's loose, I have to turn this little dial here until it puts some tension on it so that it can actually pull up. Okay, and there you see the metal. Ah, it came off. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm gonna take that glue off and see, and I can still see the dent. But anyway, that's the glue. Let me get that off and I'll try this again. All right, it's definitely better. The dent is right there. You can still see it, but it's much better than it was before. Let me give that another pull. Let's see what happens. Being that it's more of an elongated dent, instead of just like a sharp thing, I'm gonna use this one here. So, like I was telling you guys, the way this works, I need my hands. 1 second here. Okay, so the way this works is you get the gun, the hot glue gun, and you put the glue on here. Then you find the dent and you put it on the dent. And now you let it dry. So let's try this again. One here, one here. All right. Not sure if you can see that metal moving. Okay, it popped off. And the dent is almost gone. There's a little dimple right there. So what I can do now, I mean, I could even just leave it like that. It's a lot better than it was. First step. All right. We shall start. I'm not really seeing much of a difference here. Maybe a little bit. So I just hit the roof on the one side. And I guess it's a little better. Yeah, overall, the paint in this car wasn't in horrible shape. So, whatever. I'll just keep going. I don't know how much of an improvement I'm making here, but it's something. I'll take it. done up to the door. So this has not been done, this has been done. I really don't see much of a difference. The other issue I have here, I don't know if you can see that, but the paint, it's hard to show it, has like some, I don't know how you'd call that. It's not scratches, it's like, I don't know, it's like fine little scratches. I don't know what that's called, but they're not coming out. You can see it there. I mean, you can't tell from far, but I would definitely need something more aggressive to cut through the clear. And I don't know if I really want to cut through the clear that much. You know, it looks fine the way it is. It shines up. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'll hit the door, mirror, front fender, front bumper, and then start on the other side. I already did the back bumper. Looks pretty good. Well, I don't really see much of a difference. I mean, maybe a little bit, but negligible. So this side of the car is done. Yeah, it looks good. Right, doggy? You like the way the car looks? Get him. Get him. Anyway. The roof also, not really too big a difference. I guess I can take the tape off and see, because this side of the car is done. And then when I polish it, I'll do the whole thing in one shot. I'm not gonna do the halves. So I'm gonna pull the tape off. Let's see what happens. So the tape is off. You can see a little bit where the tape line is, just the sticky stuff from the tape. But as far as finish on the paint, it's barely noticeable, barely. I can tell, but hardly. So that's that. Let's look at the roof. Oh, same thing. time to change pads. This was the cutting pad. This is the buffing pad. I dropped this and broke it. So, still use it. Look who's here. She should have been a goalie. And here she is, all shiny. And look at this one over here. Hey, Piggy, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing over there? The sun is over on this side, so this side won't be very visible. But squeaky clean. But now I start to see all the little chips and nicks and bruises and scratches, and yeah, it's better to leave it dirty. You don't see all that stuff. But anyway, it looks good. I cleaned up the wheels, especially this one back here. Oh, I gotta clean the tire up a little bit there. I did have an issue with these tires. 996 wheels are notorious for spinning. The tires spin on the wheels at the track, and these are no different. So the other day when I went to Homestead with this car, towards the end of the day, the car was shaking. Anything like, let's say, over 100 miles an hour was just shaking pretty bad. So before I drive this car up to Amelia, I need to take these wheels off and balance those tires. I gotta see if my old balance machine there, if I can get that thing to work. I don't have much confidence in that thing, but I'll give it a shot. But it is looking good. And here we have it from the other side. Yeah, she's looking, oh, I just found a nasty door ding right there. Why didn't I see that before? Eesh, I don't know if you can see it. Probably not, but right there. Oh man, okay, there you can see it a little bit. I never saw that before. Should have left it dirty. Nah, it's all good. Car's looking nice. Some wonderful workshop did that, and I know exactly how that happens because it's not the first time I've seen it done. When a workshop is trying to either remove the engine or remove the rear mufflers without removing that rear bumper, and they're not careful, that's what happens. So any 996 owners out here that are having their mufflers removed by a workshop, tell them not to ding your bumper, because that is what happens. It's from the inside out because they push on it, trying to maneuver that muffler out of its little cavity there, and that's what happens. Damn shame. But that's what they do. That's what workshops do. It's not their car. They don't care. Oops, sorry about that. My bad. Okay, so that's gonna do it for the 996. I think it cleaned up pretty nice. It wasn't that bad to begin with. And if I want to get it any nicer, I definitely need to get some more aggressive compound. And I don't know if I really want to do that. At least not right now. There's no need. The car still looks nice. It's still plenty shiny. I guess the inside will be next. I have to give this thing a good detail, you know, vacuum. This guy here is always getting out of place. I got to clean that up. Actually, it's not too bad in here. So that's that. That concludes the buff job on the 996. What else can I tell you guys? I know I feel like I haven't made a video in a while, but it hasn't been that long. I think I said that already. I've just been traveling and I haven't wanted to get into anything, any kind of projects, because I'm gonna have to leave them halfway. And I just, you know what, when I'm ready for a project, I'll attack a project. This is simple. This took me a day, unlike the 964 here. That took me every bit of 2 full days of scrubbing and buffing, and just, it was a lot of work. This one was much better, much simpler. So the car is ready now for Amelia Island. Now, I'm not entering the judging or anything like that. I could care less about all that. I don't want somebody wiping a white glove and tell me, oh, you got a speck of dirt in your wheel well. Like I care. You know what I mean? This car is a driver. All of my cars are drivers. I drive them. They are not garage queens. They are drivers, and they all get driven, all of them. So that's that. I'll probably come up with something new, probably early next week. What's today? Tuesday. I leave Thursday for Amelia, probably be back Saturday or Sunday. So next week I'll start hitting up one of the other cars and come up with some kind of project. Maybe I'll do that little BMW project I was showing you guys, that big box there. I want to get that box out of the way anyway. It's sitting there in the way. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video of the buff job on the 996. I know it's nothing really, you know, spectacular or earth-shattering or anything like that. But, you know, one of those little things I have to get done. And I've been putting it off, so I'm glad I did it. Although it didn't make that big of an improvement, it still got done. I'm happy I did it, and that's that. So thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe bell, notification, whatever, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I appreciate that, because that helps me. It lets me know I'm not doing this for nothing, because then what's the point? So with that, until next time, thanks for watching. Besides, I think this one's ready to go home. Right, piggy, 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 piggy. She's ready for the pool. Given recent events, like with the Boxster over there, something comes to mind, which is not to take anything for granted. And what I'm referring to is your equipment, your cars. So like I was telling you guys a little bit ago, this car is going to Amelia. I was going to either drive it or trailer. I wasn't sure. So I also mentioned I had to balance the tires. So, okay, put it up in the air. You know, I was going to go home. It's getting dark already. Miss Thing over here is getting impatient, and, you know, she wants to go home. It's getting dark and all of that. So I put the car on the lift so that tomorrow when I get here, it's already in the air. I can take the wheels off. I can get them balanced and put them back together. Upon inspection, on the driver's side, I find this big gash on the bottom here and a big old bubble. I don't know if you can see that big bubble there on the sidewall, on the inside. No way I could possibly ever have known that was there from just looking at it on the outside. I mean, look at that, look at that bubble popping out right there. No way I would have known. How did that happen? I mean, these tires don't have that many miles on them. They do have a track day on them, but look at that. Imagine if I would have been going up I-95 up to Amelia, you know, 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, and this guy right here decides to blow. it would not have been good. What really alerted my attention was this tire here, the passenger side tire. I put it in the air, and there was some like cables coming out, like the steel cords of the tire poking out of the sidewall, and I'll show you guys a picture of that. And I said, huh, that's kind of weird. I mean, the tire looks fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. It felt fine, so whatever. I grabbed all the steel belts with a plier, and I pulled them out. I'm looking around, and it all looks fine. But sure enough, where those steel belts were coming out right here, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bubble right there and right there. There's two bubbles. I don't know if you can see those. One here and one here. This would not have ended well. It's not a matter of if, it was a matter of when. Both of these rear tires probably would have gone. Granted, maybe not this one, because, just going on the highway, it's not a big deal. I'm not really putting a lot of stress on the tire. Not like going to the track. They only have one track there. I mean, look at those tires are still practically new. But this guy over here, I have a feeling this guy would have ended very badly. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that better. Look at that bubble. Es no bueno. So yeah, I'm glad I caught this. I gotta see now. Maybe a friend of mine offered to swap wheels with me, at least for the event. So what I'll do is I'll just trailer the car up. That way I'm not putting, 1,000 miles on my buddy's tires. I'll just, trailer the car up to Amelia and then just drive it around while I'm there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But man, let me tell you, goes to show, you can't ever take anything for granted, and you have to inspect your equipment before you put it to use.